Go get him, buddy.
While Star Wars Outlaws has a lot of options to tweak gameplay difficulty and accessibility, and offers the freedom to do what you want in a wide open galaxy, there's quite a bit of important info it doesn't spell out for you. Here are the things we wish we knew while playing Star Wars Outlaws.
Showtime, Nix.
Your fuzzy companion Nix can of course assist you by distracting guards and cameras, pressing buttons,
Push that button, Nix.
and even stealing from enemies.
A little more. Great.
But his senses may be the most vital tool he possesses. By holding the Nix button, you can see many things you can currently interact with, even without Nix's direct help, and the UI will draw a direct line to it. This way you can pick up items or sabotage alarms by hand, while Nix runs interference on nearby guards. Nix vision will also highlight wires that run to nearby terminals when you hold up on the D-pad. So if you're having trouble finding where to go in a search area or enemy base, following the highlighted wires will often lead you to a locked door and a way to get through it. While strolling through a city can just be a fun way to soak in the environment, it's also an effective way to gain valuable information. Casual conversations and even arguments you hear in the street or in cantinas will drop hints for optional objectives or extra goodies that won't be marked on your map, so make sure to listen closely. Look for spots that you can sit or lean on to blend in and listen to what's going on. You can even unlock new intel for side quests, or just learn something interesting about the current world state.
Hangs around the back alley next to the market.
There's also a lot of bet fixing going on in the underworld, so finding NPCs that have a tip for you or a stray datapad can be a great way to find the lowdown on some quick credits. It's easy to get in the rhythm of just moving from waypoint to waypoint, but always keep your master ability unlock requirements in mind. Between Nix interactions, material requirements, and using mechanics you may not think about, almost everything you do while playing can unlock new abilities after finding the correct master. Follow up on these master leads when you first hear about them to have them join your side, so you're not having to repeat actions afterward to unlock their abilities. While many master abilities will require certain milestones to be hit, you don't actually get anything for defeating enemies aside from the occasional grenade, limited use weapon, or back to vial. Unless you're specifically trying to fulfill ability unlock requirements, think of enemies as simply obstacles to your objectives. If you could just bypass rather than engage them, you're often better off. A few quick tips for your speeder. First off, it acts as a fast travel point, so before you call it to you, check to see if it's already in a more convenient location than where you currently are. If you can't find it, press the button shown in the top left of the map screen to bring up the navigator. While on your speeder, you can essentially peel out. Hold onto the brake, and then hold onto the throttle, and let go of the brake, and you'll start with a Mario Kart-esque blast of speed. And finally, Sylop, the Speeder Master, will let you unlock many abilities that don't even seem related to speeders, like smoke bombs and the ability to highlight chests. Both are very useful to have. It's a good rule of thumb to go through every master ability menu as soon as you unlock them, as there will be a lot of unexpected and seemingly unrelated abilities there you'll want to unlock quickly. Not all valuables you pick up should be sold for scrap. There are some items that say they could have some use later in their description, usually high value items, even though they may say safe to sell too. Always check the description and keep it in mind before you sell it off for credits. Thankfully, you don't need to worry about which merchant faction you actually sell it to, as reputation only accounts for the prices of things you buy, not the price at which you sell. Some secret entrances or paths to new areas are blocked off when you first see them, especially if you're in a new on-map area with a main quest. It's often best to progress through the main quest a bit if you don't have the tools to get through. This does not apply to off-map quest areas that are special to a main mission though. For those, be sure to explore just in case you don't get to go back again. Thoroughly exploring enemy bases is the best way to get rare or expensive upgrade parts. Be sure to look around as much as you can in these off-limit spaces, and keep an eye out for white or pale yellow markings that help you denote climbable surfaces. If you're finding these markings distracting, you can also turn on Explorer mode in the gameplay settings to tone them down. Also, if you hear a coin sound accompanied by a white question mark on your compass when walking through an area, that means an undiscovered treasure is nearby.
He's at least got some good stories.
When unlocking a door or chest with a data spike, watch the pin that taps around the outside of the lock. It moves outward a tiny bit just before it presses into the center, giving you a better idea of when to hit the button. This tip is a matter of taste, of course, and very specific to our DualSense players, but we found the lock override minigame much easier with a DualSense controller sound turned off. The rhythms you need to learn to press the triggers are slightly off on the controller from the TV, and hearing them both at the same time can be really distracting. Turn the controller speaker down to make lock picking easier. Alternatively, you could just watch the controller's lights to get the rhythm down, or turn the minigame off altogether from the settings menu. If you double tap the crouch button, Kay will roll. This can be useful to quickly get behind cover, or to roll from cover to cover, so you're not exposed as long. In the same vein, crouching while sprinting will make Kay slide and end in a crouch. You may go a few hours between seeing Imperials depending on what leads and quests you're following, but they behave like cops in other open world games. They have their own wanted system attached to their interactions, and they'll chase you down on speeders and show up at checkpoints, so make sure to not get on their bad side. Until you reach the highest wanted level, you can either wait them out, slice an Imperial terminal to clear your name, or bribe a corrupt Imperial officer.
Next time you're in trouble with the Empire, come see me and I'll clear you from the wanted list. For a price.
The Imperial terminals are often found at Imperial outposts and bases, and both Imperial terminals and corrupt officials will be marked with this symbol on your map. Once you reach the max wanted level, the Empire will start a manhunt, and they'll send death troopers after you.
All units, the fugitive must be eliminated. You have full authority to kill on sight.
Once they're deployed, the only way to get rid of the wanted status is to find them, they'll be marked on your map, steal the keycard from the officer, and then use the death trooper terminal the troopers are protecting to clear your name. You won't be able to fast travel when at max level, and you can't clear your name until you're out of combat. You also can't take out death troopers through normal means. Nyx can't attack them, you can't take them out with melee, and they'll shrug off your blaster's stun shot. They can also take a lot of hits before going down, so it's in your best interest to sneak up to the terminal rather than engage them directly. If you do have to fight them, try and grab a weapon from their weapon rack, as they're usually much stronger than your standard blaster. You'll often need to clear out multiple guards at the same time, and here's what worked for us. First, hide where they can't see you, but still have a line of sight. Then, send Nyx in to attack one of them. The second guard will be distracted by his buddy being attacked. Stun this guard with your blaster knockout shot, or a stealth takedown if you have time, then rush in to take out the one Nyx is attacking before they can throw him off. This combo even works if you need to take out 3 of them if you're fast enough. The Nyx strangle lasts for quite a while, so there's usually more than enough time to send Nyx in, blast one guard with a stun ray, melee combo the second, and then use the Nyx takedown on the third. Worst case, the third is coming out of the Nyx strangle, and you can 3-punch them with your normal melee attack. When you're in a city, food stalls marked with this symbol will let you feed Nyx using a short minigame which we won't spoil here. And not only are they cute, these meals actually work like equipment in your loadout, and give Nyx special perks such as the ability to distract more than one guard at a time. Grab all of these that you can, as they can be very useful. Other than playing through the first big mission that gets you to a new planet, there are 2 more story points you should reach to unlock a whole lot more content. The quest False Flag will unlock Syndicate Brokers, which allows you to pick up smaller contracts that earn you credits and faction rep. Secondly, finishing the story quest The Wreck will let you travel to several different planets, opening up the game world way more than it was previously. By no means rush if you're having fun, but know that Outlaws expands like crazy at certain points. Equipment and materials can get expensive fast in Outlaws, but thankfully, there's an easy way to earn credits. The arcade game Wandering Sylop will net you 333 credits every time you win, and it only costs 10 credits to play. If you don't win, you can play again immediately, but if you do win, that individual machine will be on a cooldown, so you'll need to fast travel to another one. 2 that you can find early on are Merqaal's gambling parlor in Mirogana and Illyria's stash in Kajimi. You just have to use Nyx to unlock the door first.
Hit that button, Nyx.
And those are our 14 things we wish we would have known for Star Wars Outlaws. We hope you found this useful, and while you're here, make sure to check out our video on how to unlock the Speeder's Boost. And for everything else gaming, you're already in the right place. IGN.